How is this different from ecopsychology?
One of the things about ecopsychology that I'm aware of is that, and I'm not an expert in that field by any means, but one of the things I'm aware of is that it's very theoretical and based on the positive effects of nature connection. And there are some practices that you can integrate, but it's not as applied. We're very applied. Earth Earth-based institutes nature connected coaching is about real things that you can do with real people, that is backed up by the framework of eco psychology.
Within eco psychology, I guess the applied method for the eco psychology would be ecotherapy, and forest bathing and so forth would fit under that category of ecotherapy, applied applications of eco psychology. So nature connected coaching would fit into that. We draw upon the different principles of eco psychology and nature connection and bring that into our coaching process. This kind of ties in a little bit to Sally's question, other part of her question, which was kind of what is the process that we use. And so we have basically a process that is we call it our nature connected coaching process or cycle that we use with folks. And there's 3 different core stages. Each stage has many different components to it, because essentially we look at that we're guiding somebody deeper into a state of awareness for themselves, and then out from that deeper state of awareness out into the world. So a big component of how we work with people is through that experiential awareness building, action oriented process that's based around their goals and their intentions and what they want to get out of that session. And then the integrative work, the integration work that is important for them to actually bring into the world. Because as you know, doing this work as therapists and so forth, the hard work is in between the sessions. How you apply this into your life, what you do with it. And so often, we're left kind of with these big changes in ourselves, but no way of starting to really explore what the reality of our life is like. And we're often left with getting kind of, tossed around and finding ourselves very challenged in that. And there's a lot of power in somebody maintaining that regular therapeutic process where they're really into the talk therapy and they're diving deeper and deeper into their subconscious awareness and so forth. And that does start to have change effect in a big way for people. And when you start to bring nature into it, it has such a compounding effect, because with nature, what we're doing is we're constantly projecting our internal experience out on the landscape. And we actually take that as something to collaborate with as guides. So on some level, we want to go deeper into what is really coming up for our clients and be able to help them see that represented out on the landscape, and then begin to interact with it in a new way. This starts to really change the brain chemistry and the way that our nervous systems are wired. It starts to really, make some changes in the subconscious as well. So what we end up doing is starting to, we call it a ceremony, because in many ways it is a ceremony. We don't bring that out to our clients. We're not saying, okay, it's time for your nature connected coaching ceremony. However, some clients might really benefit from that kind of language. But for the most part, we're holding it as guides in that way. We're holding a container for this person to go through a process of awareness building. And when you do it in that kind of ceremony, like a ceremony in a way, so to speak, not with like, all the dogma and regalia that you might think of with ceremony, but more as a structure, as a way of holding the space. You start to feel yourself collaborating with something rather than directing something. You're creating a space for your client to go deeper into themselves and collaborate with the natural world to create more awareness for themselves. So that's really the intention. And with coaching, that's really the goal of coaching: creating awareness, designing actions, helping your client move towards their goals. So there's an accountability aspect, and that's connected to coaching, that that we start to as we're working clients towards their goals, is helping them with follow through.